So yesterday we were discussing. We have started the mine ventilation, and we have discussed the atmospheric oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide percentage in the environment. Then we have seen the layers of the atmosphere, which is the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Then we have discussed the black dam, fire dam, white dam, sting dam, and after dam. So for white dam, that means CO. Sting dam means S2S. Black dam, that means the percentage of CH4 will be more. And black dam is also known as the choke dam, or so these was the percentage which is important. I told you the fire dam percentage of the CH4 will be 80 to 96%, and N2 is 10 to 20%. Black dam N2 percentage is 87 and CO2 is 13%. After dam N2 is 44 to 58 and residual is 30 to 50. Sting dam S2S. Then we have seen whatever permissible concentration of different gases in Indian underground mines, CH4, we have discussed that in the general body, the percentage of the CH4 is 0.75. And in the any part of the mines, it will be 1.25%, lesser than the 1.25%. CH2, CO, and NO2, N2O4, and SO2, we have seen that it's there are various percentage which we have seen. CO2 5000 ppm, CO 50 ppm, SO2, NO2, N2O2 we have seen 5 ppm, and S2S which we will be 10 ppm. It is the permissible in the underground. Then we have seen the degree of gasiness, degree 1, degree 2, degree 3. We have divided lesser than 0.1 on the basis of percentage of inflammable gas in the general body. If the less than 0.1 and the rate of the emission is also less than 1, then we call it the degree 1. Or if the percentage of inflammable gas in the general body of the return is more than 0.1, then we divide in two types, degree 2 and degree 3. When we call degree 2, when the rate of emission will be 1 to 10, then we call it as a degree 2. And if the percentage of inflammable gas general body is more than 0.1, but also rate of emission of the rate is more than 10, then we call it a degree 3. I told you to go and search degree 3 mines in India. Apart from the Munidi, if you know any other mines, please comment, so your friends can also read. Then we have seen PV equal to nRT. If the T is constant or temperature is constant, we call it a Boyle's law. Or in the other terms, P is inversely proportional to volume. Or in the Charles law, we consider pressure is the constant. So V, volume directly proportional to temperature, that means V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2. Then we have started that there are various type of gas. I thought I should discuss little bit about these gases, because in the AK Gorai they have mentioned only the names. So I thought I will give you some basic idea in little bit detail. So if any theory portion will become on the basis of gas, then you are eligible or you are able to solve that question also. So oxygen, we have seen that oxygen is colorless, odorless, tasteless. It is the partially soluble in the water, higher than the density of the higher than the air. Higher than the air, that means if you see in the atmosphere, then if the air is here, O2 will be below, heavier than. So those, if this is your heading, okay, so heavier gases will found you near your floor, and If the lighter in the weight, then you will find on the top of the roof, over the on the roof. So CH4 you will find on the roof side because it is lighter than the air. Okay, so O2 we use for the breathing, slow, and also important for the your slow oxidation of the coal, burning of the flame safety lamp is important. Then we have seen if the a person is on the rest, it need only 0.3 liter per minute. But if he is working, then you need 0.78 liter per minute. And if he is running, then you will need 2 liter per minute. Then we have seen the oil lamps. If the oxygen level is 17.5, then oil lamp will be shut. And if the oxygen level percentage will decrease up to 15%, then person will be shut, or person will cannot be survive. Or if oxygen level is reached to 8%, then canary bird cannot survive. Then we have seen nitrogen. Nitrogen is colorless, odorless, tasteless, heavier than the air. That means it will also find, if it will also, you will found uh, in bottom side, not on the top side, in your heading. And insoluble in the water. It is insoluble in the water. It is an inert gas. That means it will not react or burn. It is important for the growth of the plant and the animal. Then we have seen the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is colorless, odorless, but it has a taste, bitter taste. And the specific gravity is 1.52. That means heavier than the air, and it is soluble in the water. So please remember that one. CH2 we have seen some production produced due to the breathing of the man, burning of the flame septic lamp, decay of timber, slow oxidation of coal, diesel locomotive. So breathing, I told you, when you inhale, you take oxygen. When you exhale, then you release CO2. Okay, so effect of the CO2, if the CO2 percentage is 3%, then you will breathe faster. That means the breathing doubled at a rest. And if the percentage will be increased up to the 6%, then you will feel headache, you will feel exhausted. And if this percentage will further increase up to the 10%, then suffocation, unconsciousness. And if it will increase up to 25, then you will be die in within the 1 hour. Then we have see detail in the black dam. Black dam is made up of the CO2, and to clear the black dam, you have to spray the lime, and you have to improve your ventilation. Then we have seen the carbon monoxide ISO. We call it carbon monoxide as the white dam. I told you to remember that fact. And it is a colorless, odorless, tasteless. Specific gravity is nearly your air, and harder soluble in the water. Burn with the light flame, blue flame. Produce of the CO, oxidation of the coal, explosive underground machine, spontaneous combustion, methane. And we have seen physiological effect like the 0.02% headache, discomfort, collapse after the 45 minutes. Then we have seen if it percentage will increase up to the 0.12%, then heartbeat will be increased. If the percentage will increase up to the 0.2%, then person will be unconcise. 0.5, death of the person. Canary bird. Till now we have discussed up to this information. If you have any doubt till now, please comment, otherwise we will start. Okay, I have revised. Okay, Harishchandra. If I pronounce any wrong name, just say Harichandan, then sorry for that. Okay. Now I will give you some other gases which are important for us. So if you don't want this detailed information, please let me know so I can only stick with your Gorai. Or if you want, please also comment, because I don't know what think you want or what you don't, because one of your colleagues have said to the management that Gorai questions I should discuss simple question. But yeah, I thought AK Gore, I have to finish completely. So you will get information about tough and easy question both. देखो मुझे तो थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा यार, अगर छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चन कराने हैं तो इट विल हार्डली टेक 4-5 class to complete a chapter. So if you want AK Gore completely, then you have to be patient. यू नीड टू मतलब शांत रहना पड़ेगा, सोल्व करना पड़ेगा, रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा, उसमें आप सिंपल क्वेश्चन भी देखोगे, टफ क्वेश्चन भी देखोगे, है ना। और दो, तो आप वो चीज बताइए कि अभी जो मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ वो आपको ठीक लग रहा है, जिसमें थोड़ा मैं जो थ्योरी पोर्शन है आई कवर फ्रॉम वट एवर आई थिंक इट इज नेसेसरी फॉर यू टू डिस्कस इन डिटेल, आई डिस्कस। और आई आल्सो कंसिडर ऑल टाइप ऑफ द न्यूमेरिकल्स विच इज नॉर्मल टू हाई लेवल। अगर आप लोग बोलेंगे वैसा मैं डिस्कस कर दूंगा, है ना। तो प्लीज कमेंट आल्सो, क्योंकि मेरे को दिस इज अ वन वे कम्युनिकेशन, आई डोंट वांट दिस सेशन इन वन वे। You can raise your doubts, you can also ask me to change whatever way you want, है ना। So today we will discuss methane gas. Okay. Okay, so methane gas is also known as a fire dam. Why we need to focus on the methane gas? Because methane gas is found naturally, it can be explode or explosion can be happen, result can be explosion if we don't focus, or methane drainage technique. If you have heard that nowadays lot of research on going on the methane, so we can extract methane gas for fuel. Okay, so formation कैसे होता है, how the methane gas uh, formation can, how, so qualification of the plant material. So qualification of the plant material. So if we go, this is if the surface of the earth, if go from the surface to underground or in the depth deep, so with increasing in the depth, with increasing the depth, increasing with the depth, what will be happen? Percentage of CH4 will be increased. So now properties, we have to discuss some properties of the methane. First property, or you can say it is a colorless, it is odorless, as well as tasteless. Okay, second information you also need that the CH4 or the methane is the lighter than air. Why? What will be happen if it is lighter? Then if this is your heading, then you will found CH4 on the top side. or the on the roof side you will find, because it is the lighter gas. And or if I talk about this, the on the mines working, if you talking about on the rage, then you will found on near to in this rage side. CH4 is not a toxic gas. It is not toxic gas, not toxic. And I told you when I was discussing the fire dam, when it burn, it will burn like a blue flame. So if proper ventilation, proper ventilation or abundant abundant supply of the air, then it produce water and CO2. If you want to see the equation, then you can also see that if this is the methane, if we provide oxygen in sufficient quantity, that means 2O2, then it will produce water as well as CO2. Just remember, when the methane and oxygen meet, it will produce water and CO2. If if supply of the air, if the supply of the air is not sufficient, not sufficient, then it will produce water plus carbon monoxide, carbon monoxide. ओके, प्लीज रिमेंबर दीज टू फैक्ट्स कि जब आप प्रचुर मात्रा में ऑक्सीजन या एयर प्रोवाइड करा दोगे तो वो एक तो क्या करेगा, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बनाएगा और पानी बनाएगा. अगर आपका your air is not sufficient, then it will produce the carbon monoxide and water. And you have to remember CH4 explosive mixture, explosive mixture percentage, like 5.4% to 14.8%. Please remember this fact, it is very important. Okay, so we have I have some diagram also. This diagram we call it as the cover diagram. So cover diagram में क्या होता है? So this diagram indicated chance of the fire dam explosion for different composition of the methane air mixture. ठीक है, this is the, so this limit is 5.4 and this is the 14.8. So this area, so you have to watch these facts, because he will give you a percentage of CH4 percentage like 12%, and he will give you oxygen percentage suppose 15%, and he can ask explosion can be happen or not, like that type question. Okay, we will see that type question also when we will solve the numerical or exercise. Just watch what Ekegore has given us the information. cover diagram, it is the 3.1. Okay, A B E F G. So A B F A B E F G. So he is talking about this area. If your percentage, if the cross section will lie in this area, if your CH4 and oxygen percentage lie in this area, then we call as the not capable for forming the explosion mixture. Please remember or revise multiple times this graph. I have seen questions based on this diagram. So if A, B, E, F, G in this area, then it will not capable of forming the explosion mixture with the air. B, C, E, B, C, E. If this area, then highly explosive mixture. If your percentage cross section will come in here, it will be highly explosive. And if the CEFHD, CECEFD, so if this area, that means capable of forming the explosion mixture with the air contain too much methane to explode. समझे? In this area capable of the forming the explosive. And another area is ABCDJI. That means the top area, this area. If we are talking about this, the mixture which can't be produced. So if your cross section lie in this area, cannot be explode. Come back to our whatever we were discussing. अभी तक किसी को कोई डाउट है तो बताइए. So ways by which CH4 or methane is found. कैसे कैसे आपको मीथेन प्राप्त होती है? How you will found methane? So first bleeding from coal. So suppose this is your coal, so some bleeding, यहाँ से आपको coal bleed होगा, means that means आपके स्टार्टा से रिलीज होगा in form of blower. That means if this is your heading, it is the coal, it will be released in the form of gas outburst. And fourth is released by roof fall. So if this is your heading, roof will fall, so some methane trapped from the roof, it will be released. Okay, so that is the way, these are the way from which your methane can be released. So which factors affecting CH4 gas emission? Nature of coal seam. which type of method of mining you are using, and which speed you are advancing, speed of advancing. Or if the ventilation is proper or not, that will also affect your CH4 gas emission. Please remember, four is factor you should need. You can also guess whatever factor you can make or read anywhere else. So these are the four common अफेक्टिंग फैक्टर्स. नेचर ऑफ कोल सीम कैसा है, मेथड वर्किंग कैसा है, स्पीड ऑफ एडवांसिंग कैसा है, वेंटिलेशन कैसा है, और ये कौन कौन से वेज है जहां से CH4 निकलता है, कि आपकी रूफ फॉल हो गया है, ब्लोअर से निकल रहा है, ब्लीडिंग फ्रॉम द कोल्स और द गैस आउटबर्स्ट. ओके, सो नाउ वी विल सी मेथेन लेयर. सो मेथेन layers. So methane layer. I think you know about methane layer because you will read in the theory section also. So I will give you, when the methane release, I told you methane is a lighter gas, so it will try to be near to your roof. Okay, and if this is your incline, it will stay near the roof here on the raised side. So which I will just writing which factor affects methane layer. First factor is turbulent airflow. Second factor, if your roof, this roof is rough, so rough roof or roof bars, roof bars, some bars here. Okay, I think you know the laminar flow, turbulent flow, that I don't want to let you know because then the class will be very lengthy. I'm just giving you the information which is required for basic information I am giving you. So which factors the layer of the horizontal airway, if this is the horizontal airway and the methane layer is floating in the air, so which will it will depend on the, suppose it is the source, so it will depend on the rate of gas emission, rate of gas emission, size of airway, and velocity of air. So when the methane layer happens, when the ventilation is insufficient. So because अगर ventilation proper होता तो this layer do not form. So if your ventilation not proper, these layer will not disperse. ये यहाँ से हट नहीं पाएगी. So if your ventilation is not proper, then the gas will not disperse, due to which the methane layer happens. So now methane layers, the number of layers डिपेंड, नंबर ऑफ लेयर किस पे डिपेंड करेगी? फर्स्ट पॉइंट, वेंटिलेशन, रेट ऑफ इमिशन, Width of airway, inclination of airway, relative density of air and gas, roughness of roof, and type of ventilation. Type of ventilation, that means ascending or descending. So I am going little bit fast. Maybe it speed will be too fast. Please let me know if you are facing any problem. अरे आउटब्रस्ट में मतलब क्या होता है? कहाँ गया रे आउटब्रस्ट? It will blown out. Suppose it is heading, it will, your gas is trapped here, it will blast and it will come inside your airway. That is outburst. Okay, so we have discussed up to this. So now this formula, methane layer number. Please remember this formula because it is very important. The stability of the methane layer as well as their length is indicated by the dimensionless layer of the L. So L equal to V. V is the average velocity. V is the, this is the average velocity of air, and G is the gravity, rho A minus rho m. Rho A is the density of the air and rho m is the density of the methane. So divide by rho A. Rho is the density of air. Q by W. So when we consider the G, multiply rho A minus rho m by rho A. So air density, methane density and air density into G. All of value we know, so it will be 4.32. Remember this fact. So L, if you want to calculate, it will be 4.32 Q by W. 1 by 3. Just remember this formula. It will be very helpful for you in the numerical. So L बराबर V by 4.32 into Q by W की power 1 by 3. This is the formula of the methane layer number. So when the 4L greater than 2, horizontal airway can turbulent diffusion and the break up the methane. What he want to say, when the layer number greater than 2 in horizontal airway. Horizontal airway means, that means horizontally airway. Okay. Then you will use turbulent diffusion to break methane layer. Laminar flow, that means I told you laminar as well as I should give you information basic because some of you may not know what is the laminar flow. Laminar flow and turbulent flow. Laminar flow, that means flow in the nearly horizontal. Okay, that is laminar flow. And what is turbulent flow? If this is your airway, then it will be like this in zigzag formation. It is the turbulent flow. So if you use turbulent diffusion to break the methane layer, if the layer is the more than 2. So how, now we will discuss how will you stop methane layer. How you will stop the methane layer, or how you will deal with the methane layer, or stop the, or dealing with the methane layer, how you will deal. So first, why the methane layer is forming? Because ventilation is not proper. So you will increase air velocity. You will increase air velocity. So suppose this is your, then you will put some incline bar. Suppose this is your uh, passage, then you will put some incline bar. So so when the layer, the methane is traveling, it will be stop, it will be work as the hurdle. So I can write vertical or incline, vertical or incline hurdle sheets, put or use near roof. Now you can also use venturi blow, use ven, venturi blowers. What is the venturi blowers? The where the compressed supply is available. So they are the various detection and testing of the fire dam. Detection and testing of fire dam. First method is wheat stone bridge. Second method is MSA D6 multi, sorry, what was the methanometer, methanometer. Third method will be detection and for the testing automatic fire dam detector. Four will be AFD 2 by Ultron India. And fifth will be interference methanometer. Okay, so will Wheatstone Bridge, I think you know, or if you don't know, go and uh, read about Wheatstone Bridge. I will give you basic information which may be required. Wheatstone Bridge, I think you have seen when you are doing your degree, or when you are preparing theory section. You were, maybe you have seen this type of Wheatstone Bridge. So if it is R1, it is R2, R3. R4, and this is known as sample chamber. This is known as the pure air. This will pure air and sample chamber. So what information we need, that R1 divided by R2, the ratio should be equal to R3 by R4. Please go and today read about this detection and testing of the fire dam, because if I cover the all detail, then our course will not finish, because I have to cover AK Gorai completely. So in the AK Gorai, ventilation, mining method, all are the very big chapters. So you, if I started to covering the all chapters, then it will be a degree which you have covered in the 4 year degree, 8 semester. So I can't complete all the theory. I'm just covering those concepts which is in the category, as well as those topics which I think I should give you the basic information or some detailed information which may required in the numerical or the some theory sections. Okay, this type is the Wheatstone bridge. Then second was the MSA D6 methanometer. If I have any photo, I will show you. If Google allow us, then so please change the pen color. So okay, I will change the pen color. I am changing pen time to time. Which color you don't like or you don't? This is the methanometer, MSA D6 methanometer. So this is, as you can see, this is very short or small, so you can it will be handheld device. So it is used for the range of 0 to 5 degree. Third was the automatic fire dam detector. Automatic fire dam detector is also is also is also which pen would you like? Red. MSA is manufacturing by the MSA. It is also portable device. It was also portable, and it has the rechargeable battery and work for 10 hours, nearly 10 hours, like a mobile. And when you want to use it, it does not have a switch. When you put a battery, it will start to operate. I think some of you have seen it. If I think I should search on the Google if photo is coming. Automatic fire dam. There. These types. So this is the automatic fire dam detector. Fourth was the AFD. AFD by I told you, as it is the Ultron India make it. It has the display as well as alarm. Methane monitoring range is 0 to 5%. And I told you also for go and get some detail information. It is also battery operated, battery operated, which battery work for 15 hours. Just come to this slide. So CH4, we have seen MSA D6 methanometer, which use principle is Wheatstone bridge circuit. Please remember, they will ask you कि which type of instrument use which type of the principle. They can give you four option, they can give you the match the column, है ना. So please remember that MSA D6 methanometer use principle of Wheatstone bridge circuit. Flame safety lamp, flame safety lamp use as the lamp length of the flame. I think everybody know about it, or if you don't know, then one day you have to know, because if you have a flame safety lamp, then you will pass a gas testing certificate, you will get gas testing certificate. If you have gas testing certificate, then you will qualify for second class, and if you have second class, then you will eligible for first class if you have a required experience. So flame safety lamp, so length of the flame, that principle work. MSA automatic fire dam detector AFD2. AFD2 we have seen. AFD2. It is AFD2. No, it is just AFD. It is the AFD2. So AFD2 is the also based on the Wheatstone bridge circuit. Our interference methanometer is used reflective index. इंटरफेरेंस में यार थोड़ा बताऊं क्या मैं आपको. सो सपोज दैट दिस इट विल, यार आपने कभी वो देखा हो, इंटरफेरेंस कहाँ गया है. दिस इज मेड ऑफ जापान, जापान के द्वारा दिया गया है. एंड प्रिंसिपल वी हैव सीन रिफ्लेक्टिव इंडेक्स यूज्ड. So when the methane is present, then refractive index will be increased. If increased when the methane presents. So अगर मान लो if it is detection, if these are the chart, and it is if I have a if I have a slide, I will show you this diagram. So suppose that a plane wave is incident on the double slit, wave spread out of the behind the east slit. So top view the, so if the methane was not there, in these two types, one we will take the methane, pure methane, and in the second we will take the mixture of the methane. So if the methane will present, the index, refractive index will be increased. And one extra you can also remember that for the CH4, I should write here, ring rose fire dam detector. Please remember these 6 names, which will help you in the examination, because if you know the which are the detection and testing for the fire dam. So I will give you the principle which, so in the ring rose fire dam detection, it will use the principle of diffusion, combustion, concentration, contraction, DCC, diffusion, combustion, contraction. So don't use in India rigorous fire dam detector, because इसका जो flame होता है, it's not available in India. We have to source from the outside, from the India. So we don't use the rigorous fire dam detector. So we have discussed these information about. Please comment if you have any doubt whatever I have discussed. Okay, tomorrow I will use other pen. So which pen you can't see, please write down, so I will not use from tomorrow that pen. Please comment which pen you don't want. And if anybody has any issue or any doubt, whatever I have taken today, ring rose fire dam detector working principle, I told you, DCC. That means diffusion, combustion, and contraction. Ring rose, fire dam we don't use in India. So I don't think they will ask you. Just remember the principle diffusion, combustion, contraction. Yes, Vamsi, you are correct. Okay, so I think I have, if you have, I don't have any doubt, please thank you for that today class and we will meet tomorrow. Okay, red and violet color are not clearly visible to all, sir. Okay, tomorrow I will not use the red and violet. Thank you everyone.
To watch the complete video, download Mining Gyan 2.0 app from the Play Store and enjoy seamless learning with Mining Gyan 2.0.